Boy, this is quite a story, isn't it?
Absolutely.
She was born blind in one eye, colorblind in the other. At the age of 30, she was stricken with multiple sclerosis and now is legally blind and cannot walk. And yet, despite these physical challenges, she's an award-winning photographer. Really quite a story and quite a lady, too. And here she is, Miss Flo Fox. Hi, Flo. How are you? Nice to see you, and welcome to the show.
Hello,
Thank
Flo.
you.
Good to have you with us.
So that's a handy little cart, huh?
Yes, it is.
That's terrific. Anyway, I just told everybody the story here. You were born blind in one eye.
Yeah.
And then gradually lost sight in the other one, huh?
I lost the sight immediately, actually, when I was 30 years old due to multiple
Yeah.
I
sclerosis.
got you, yeah.
You know, people don't realize that MS strikes mostly women. 3 out of 5 victims of MS are women in the prime of their life.
Is that right?
Yes.
Usually at age 30, anywhere between 20 and 40.
Right.
When did you take up photography?
When I was about 26 years old, and I was a stylist and a tailor for television commercials.
Uh-huh.
And photography was only a hobby back then, although I had pictures published and in exhibits, but it was not a way to earn a living.
Right. But can you see me now? Am I blurry or am
I see through a net.
Like a stocking over your face,
Yes,
right?
like two stockings that are moving so that everything glitters. The world is flawless. Nobody has pimples or acne.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Isn't that a great
Not a
attitude?
pimple on me, Flo. Now, Flo, but then how are you able to take pictures?
Yes.
I use an automatic focusing camera
Uh-huh.
and an autofocus enlarger for printing and talking timers. And technology has kept up with my needs.
It's
And
incredible,
you
isn't it?
even teach others who are blind
Yes.
right here in New York at the Lighthouse.
Yes,
Right?
I taught at the Lighthouse for the Blind, the Village Nursing Home, and seminars all over at museums.
It's terrific. Well, let's take a look at some of the photographs now, and we can talk a little bit about them. The first one we're going to show you was called The Youngs, England. This goes back to 1973, right?
Yes, I took that when my son and I were hitchhiking through Europe when he was a little boy.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to 8 different countries, and this was the beginning of our trip. It was the first photograph I ever had published in
Fabulous.
1974.
That's a
The
thrill,
woman's
isn't it?
reflection, Reed.
Yeah, I know. The lighting is just fantastic.
Thank you.
Fox, whose pictures have been getting very, very popular here in New York and all across the country. She is a photographer who I assume you've been taking pictures since you were little?
Only for the last 8 years.
What got you interested in photography?
I was interested ever since I was a child. My parents died when I was young, and to me, the only way to hold on to anything through any type of memory was photographs.
One of her friends rolling a joint while an old lady looks on in shock. Flo, you're a very progressive person, I must say.
Well, she wasn't an old lady.
Excuse me.
She's a wonderful elderly lady who I actually have a series of where the woman is looking at her and then looking shocked, and then the two of them are chatting afterwards.
Did the elderly woman decide to join your friend in this little unlawful activity?
She didn't smoke. Is it still unlawful?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
Some parts of the country it is so.
Okay.
But she didn't join your friend in that after?
No, but she sat around and accepted it.
Now,
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Hello and welcome to the Photo Flow Show. My name is Flo Fox, And tonight we have a very special guest, Ruth Orkin. The way I was first introduced to Ruth was her book, A World Through My Window. This book came out in 1978, and more recently, her book came out called A Photojournal. Welcome, Ruth.
Oh, it's very nice to be here. Incidentally, I'm very happy that A Photojournal finally came out, because I'm sure that the people who are under 35 who saw A World Through My Window think of me as this housewife hanging out of the window with the kids screaming for attention, and they don't know that I was a photojournalist in the 40s and 50s. And this book has 170 mostly black and white photographs in it from
Yes.
years ago.
Yes, I know. It expands all the way from when you were 10 years old and the cameras you shot with, which we will get into later. But I am curious about the cover picture. What's this set up?
Yes, she was with me, and we were just doing a story for the fun of it on, oh God, how could I forget it? Don't Be Afraid to Travel Alone. There were so many glamorous posters around about how great it was to travel, and we were doing all this tongue-in-cheek. The first dozen pictures are going to be images that you may find familiar. After that, everything will be in chronological order. Woody Allen at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, when he was a stand-up comic at the bitter end in 1963, this was an assignment for Horizon magazine. Einstein at a luncheon at Princeton University, where I photographed him shaking hands with nearly 100 men who had donated $25,000 apiece to Yeshiva University.
Hello, and welcome to the Photo Flow Show. I'm glad you can make it tonight. Tonight we have a very special guest. It's Mr. Ralph Gibson. Welcome, Ralph.
It's good to be back, Flo.
I met Ralph about 6 years ago when I lived in a loft in Soho, West Broadway, beautiful downtown. Do you still live there?
Yes, Flo. I think I found a home, and until I decide where I want to live, that's where I'll live.
When I met you, I think I did something wrong. I'm not really sure, but I told my ex-husband, who was an art director of a photography magazine, Ralph Gibson is doing color. And there it was. The rumor was spread. Flo Fox announces Ralph Gibson is doing color. Was that a bad thing to do?
Well, it did stir up a bit of concern at the time, but as it turns out, we resolved it by publishing some of that in the ex-husband magazine. So it was actually a pretty dynamic move.
I'm sitting here with Arlene Gottfried, who is a non-commercial photographer. How did you get invited to this party?
I was at the ASMP meeting for the New York chapter, and I got an invitation. I showed work there, and then I got an invitation to this party.
Are you having any shows or books now?
I'm contemplating publishing a book, and there's a show in Germany of the history of portrait photography around the world. And I feel very honored to be in that show, and a catalog should be coming out shortly.
Let's take a look at the monitor and see some of your work.
Okay, great.
Thank you very much for being here tonight, and now you can go and enjoy the party.
Thank you.
Stop at an electronics store. His PSP is broken. But if you're very good, I'll buy a new one for your birthday.
Well, my friend had 3 of them, and he gave me one.
That's very nice.
So,
Is this the one he gave you?
Yes.
He had 3 of them? Has he got a single grandfather? Put up your hands. They have great hands, Kuma.
And God's lovely deliver, when I started out, and I'm on the board, we used to give AIDS patients that were going, we would give them food. Well, now AIDS is chronic, and I'm still delivering the fucking food. I'm so pissed. Oh, you know what it's like? Thanksgiving morning, ding dong, the guy opens the door, you again? This is the 3rd fucking Thanksgiving in a row, buddy. Miss Rivers, just leave it over there. I'm on my way to the gym. The gym? You're gonna die today, AIDS or me. I'm not sure which. Oh, what is that? Oh, God's lovely deliverer.
Oh, how nice is it, right? Hello. I'm Joan Rivers. This is my grandson, Cooper. And how nice to see you.
Joan Rivers, me, Joan Rivers.
I pay her bills.
You have entertained me for years, Miss Rivers.
I'm so glad.
I'm a photographer.
Now you can see there's something going on here that's wonderful.
Right there, I photographed the same drugstore for 20 years. Every time they changed the price of cigarettes.
Oh, how brilliant is that? Where was it shown?
Life magazine. I have taken over 100,000 photos, so you might even know my work. Look up blowbox.com.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I can't wait to get out of here and go home and look you up.
Blowbox, baby. My name is Blowbox.
Blowbox right now. What happened that caused your eyesight to start to fail?
I believe it's connected with multiple sclerosis. I walk with a cane. I'm a little off balance. First, my eyes went, and
Oh, so sad. There's a sexy, young, artistic, edgy, New York, tough, bohemian girl.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Life is so mean.